Welcome. Today I will be paraphrasing, summarizing, and sharing for the September 14th Al-Anon readings, Encouraged to Change, and a little time for myself. We'll begin with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. I think that was 3. I kind of lost count, which is funny. I'll take a moment and look this over. The question is, what helps me take responsibility for my actions or lack thereof? And this woman is describing how her marriage ended and how she realized afterwards that her part in that was that she had learned as the child of an alcoholic and then the wife of an alcoholic that she was too afraid to show herself as she really was. So, with the help of Al-Anon, she was able to actually make amends to her ex-husband for her part, which was what she calls omissions, not contributing, not showing her true self. She made amends for that. She apologized for that. And I suppose the way she could make amends is to be more authentic in her other interactions with people, I guess. I'm not sure, but today's reminder: when we work the steps, we learn to take responsibility for our actions. And the quote is from Hope for Today. When we see our part in certain situations, we can choose what action to take. So what helps me take responsibility for my actions or lack thereof? Well, I definitely think that working my Al-Anon program helps me take responsibility for my actions. And it also helps me to put things in perspective because it happens less frequently now, but I can remember feeling like very guilty very often for things that I had done because people, specifically in my family, didn't approve of what I had done. But the more I became comfortable with myself and all the principles that I learned in Al-Anon, the more I realized that as long as I am trying to do my higher power's will for me, as long as I have loving motives, other people's reactions to the decisions I make or the actions I take are are strictly theirs. They're not mine, which is still challenging, but not as challenging as when I would immediately question myself and just assume that I was wrong. I don't do that anymore. I have to constantly work at it, though. I feel things. I'm sure that most people do, but I feel things very intensely, and I'm extremely sensitive. Things that things that I notice stop me in my tracks because I don't know. I can't explain it. And people around me, sometimes they can say, "Oh, I understand why you feel that way," but I haven't come across, I can't think of anyone at the moment, anyone that I come across that like says, "Oh, I feel the same way." I don't know what that is, but I feel like the longer I'm in Al-Anon, the better it gets, and the more able I am to accept myself as I am, and not like put myself down or think that I'm somehow different or not as good because of that character trait. I love Al-Anon so much because we all have stuff. We all have stuff. And Al-Anon just makes it easier for me to love myself and to love others and just accept myself and accept others. And to realize that no matter what differences we have, our similarities, we always have more similarities than differences. As human beings, we're always more similar to each other than different. I will take a moment and look this over. To me, this passage is about being hopeful and not losing hope. As one of you so wisely said, powerless, not hopeless. I absolutely love that. So this person says that they went through a period where they were just so worn down that they didn't feel any hope. They felt much despair. And as they worked through the 12 steps, they realized that there was hope, that there were always things to enjoy and be grateful for. Excuse me, my nose itches so much. I think I'm going to sneeze. Hold on. And the last thing this person says is that Al-Anon helped them to understand that it's okay to feel hopeful and to even dream, to have dreams. Today's reminder: when we try to cut ourselves off from pain, we may miss out on many of the positive things that life has to offer. And the quote is from Samuel Ullman. I love this. We may have wrinkles on our skin, but we get wrinkles on our soul when we give up. And I'm going to change the word to joy. because I'm trying to paraphrase. So that's really beautiful. Wrinkles on the skin are one thing, but you don't want wrinkles on your soul, right? I don't. I'd rather have wrinkles on my skin, which is good because I'm getting them all the time. But and I just got a new phone, and the camera is really, really high quality apparently. Because wow, I did one. I think I did one set of shorts. I did two shorts, and when I looked over them, I was like, "Holy mackerel!" But that's technology. Um, so this is reminding me. This is making me think of how important it is for me to love and have gratitude and appreciation. I'm in a period right now where my parents are getting ready to go to Florida, back to Florida. They're actually planning. They've lived there for 40 years or close to 40 years, and they've come back for the last 27 or so. But they're getting older, and my stepmom is getting much sicker, and I had a good talk with my dad yesterday when I visited that, I felt like this might be their last summer here. And, that's a really weird sensation because, like, my parents will be 1,200 miles away and they're getting older. And I can't even express, like, I can't express. I mean, the word dread is the first word that continually comes up for me when I think about this new reality that they are going to be 1,200 miles away. And as they age, and as my stepmom gets sicker, and as my dad is caring for her, they will be that far away. I will be a 3-hour plane ride away from them. And like that feels so heavy. And me and my brother were talking, and we considered like renting a place in Florida near them so someone could kind of always be there. But then I was thinking about like my partner, my grandchildren, my community, like my existence. Like I live here. This is where my life is. Like it's okay to visit Florida, but I'm not ready to. I first of all, no offense, love Florida. My dad, like I said, my dad's lived there for 40 years. I have a lot of love for Florida, but I don't think I want to live there. And it's just a lot to think about. But my whole point in saying that is that like this heaviness, this dread is because I love them. I appreciate them. I am grateful for them. Like what a gift to have them in my life, to have these amazing feelings of grief. There's another quote in here that talks about being grateful just to feel alive. And I must say that even though these feelings are heavy, very heavy, um, I definitely feel alive. No doubt. I definitely feel alive because I am feeling a lot. So, anyway, that was very rambly, but we'll close out with the Serenity Prayer and 3 mindful breaths. Here we go. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Sending you love. Take care.